For you to know that whether the New Testament is from God or not, all you need to do is to read the whole Bible just once. Read all the Old Testament, read all the New Testament, and then just check. Not it's like part 1, and the New Testament is part 2. When I give you 2 movies, part 1 and part 2, logic and common sense will tell you you have to watch the whole of part 1 before you watch the part 2. But you know what the Christian missionaries did? They told us to learn only the New Testament and told us all the Old Testament is no more. Jesus Christ has done away with the Old. So most Christians don't know even what the Old Testament says. We are coming to check something from the Old Testament and then compare with your New Testament. Then you see the lie. We know Jacob. Jacob had 12 children. And that's Reuben, Simon, Levi, Judah, Dan, Naphtali, Issachar, Zebulun, Gad, Asher, Benjamin, and Joseph. Joseph and his family moved to Egypt. You know, they sold Joseph into slavery and they moved. His brothers and his father and the whole family went to Egypt. How many were they? We are come to check from the Old Testament, which is the part 1. The Old Testament is the part 1. So listen, let's read Exodus chapter 1, verse 1. Let's read.
The sons of Jacob.
The sons of Jacob.
Who went to Egypt with him.
Who went to Egypt with him.
Each with his family.
Each with family.
Were Reuben, Simon,
Levi,
Judah,
Issachar, Zebulun, Benjamin, Dan, Naphtali, Gad,
and
Asher.
The total number of these people.
Listen, the total number of these people
directly descended from Jacob.
Directly descended from Jacob
was 70.
70. So Exodus 1:1 tells us the total number of people was 70. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 22, which is the same Old Testament. Let's check.
Deuteronomy 10:22.
Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 22.
When your ancestors
went to Egypt,
there were only 70 of them.
There were only 70 of them, meaning no more, no less, only 70 people. Now, I'll come to show you some maths in the book of Genesis. I should have started with Genesis, but I want to prove something to you. Genesis chapter 46, verse number 26. I've heard some people even preaching saying this is contradiction. No, it's not a contradiction. I'm come to explain. Read and let's go.
The total number.
The total number
of the direct descendant of Jacob.
Of the direct descendant of Jacob.
Who went to Egypt.
Who went to Egypt.
Was 66.
Was 66.
Not including his son's wife.
So this is minus Jacob. Read again and let's see.
The total number. The total number
of
the direct descendant of Jacob.
Of the direct descendant of Jacob.
Who went to Egypt.
Who went to Egypt.
Was 66.
The descendant. This Jacob and the descendant was 66.
Not including his son's wife.
Not including his son's wife.
2 sons were born to him.
To Joseph. Read it well.
2 sons were born to Joseph.
2 sons were born to Joseph. So this is Jacob, this is Joseph. 2 sons were born to Joseph
in Egypt. Bringing to 70.
Bringing to 70.
The total number of Jacob's family.
The total number of Jacob's family.
Who went there.
Who went there. Meaning 66 plus 2, which is 68, plus 1 plus 1, which is 70. So the Old Testament in total is telling us that it was only 70 people who went to Egypt. Now, let's come to your New Testament. Acts chapter 7, verse 13. Look at the lie. Look at what Acts is coming to telling us. The total number of people from the part 1, which is the Old Testament, is only 70 people. Now look at your New Testament. Read.
Acts 7:13.
Acts chapter 7, verse. You tell me all scripture is given by inspiration of God. Telling me it is the Spirit of God who wrote the Bible. My brother, don't tell me that. The Spirit of God didn't write any book. The Bible was written by men. Read and let's see.
On the second visit.
Joseph
made himself known.
Joseph made himself known
to his brothers.
And
the king of Egypt.
And the king of Egypt
came to know about Joseph's family. So Joseph sent a message
to his father Jacob,
telling him and the whole family. 75 people in all.
How many people?
75 people in all.
75 people in all
to come to Egypt.
Now the New Testament is telling me the people were 75. The Old Testament says 70. My brother, which one should you choose? And you are telling me this book is inspired by God. My brother, I'm telling you, what they've deceived us. No pastor have checked though. No pastor. Even you Christian watching, you are angry, but you haven't checked. Logic and common sense. If you tell me a book is written by the Spirit of God, that the Spirit of God made mistake. So you are telling me the Spirit of God who led the people to write the Old Testament, the same Spirit was leading the New Testament people and they were making mistake. Let us apply common sense. Thanks.